Welcome back to another amazing, great, I forgot to find some adjectives, but another hilarious episode of The Shift Show. I'm Kayla, your host, who is recording quite early this week for this episode because I'm going to see Beyonce on May 4th, and I be screaming at concerts, and I lost my voice after Renaissance, so I'm certain I'm going to lose my voice after Cowboy Carter because one, not only am I closer, but two, I'm also more excited. When I went to Renaissance, I was a broke grad student. So I didn't have the best seats. I didn't have the cutest outfit that I wanted because like I said, I was a broke grad student. But now, baby, I'm in it. So I had to record a little early because I'm going to go early on Sunday. Like the show starts at 7. But I'm going to get there at 5 just to do film some content. So tune into that as well. Probably post on my main page, which is simply .Kayla with 2 S's and 2 Y's. Anyways, let's get into it. I just paused my episode of Dance Moms. And if you don't know what Dance Moms is, please go watch. This is actually my comfort show and I hate swim in it because I know those girls were traumatized. But I do love the show. So, anyways, let's get into it. I know last week, I think I just dropped off at having not necessarily not making friends at work, but also not making friends at work. Well, when you work retail, because I don't know, besties, it be, it's a little spooky, it's a little scary out there. But if you're gonna make friends, and if you're gonna make friends with managers and they're gonna actually be your friend, let's go ahead and make sure you're not being friends with HR. Because I low-key feel like those are the people who's gonna turn on you the fastest. Motherfuckers in HR swear oh, we're besties, and this is not a dig at my sister, but she don't work retail, but she do work HR, but she also ain't got no friends at that company, so maybe this is why. But also one thing I learned very early, actually, HR ain't there for you. HR is there to protect the company, and they swear, they're oh, we're here for everybody. We want to do this and this and this for the employees. No, that's a misconception. They are not there to protect employees. They're literally only there to protect the company from, legalities. They're not here to make employees feel better. They're not here if you're having disagreements with your manager. They're not here for the bullshit. And, don't get me wrong. There are some people who work HR who do care about you. I know HR in my current store. Whatever misconceptions there are about her, she is really nice. She's great. She's very easy to talk to, and she's very easygoing. I will give her that. But, I don't know. I still kind of keep her at arm's length because at the end of the day, she's there for the company and not for me. I haven't had, issues for real, but, and I don't ever plan to be honest, but, I don't know. My manager be going in there and crying to her, and, I love that for her. I'm glad she has someone to talk to, but, I won't be doing that because I don't think you're here to protect me. And I know I'm also a manager, but, I'm not playing that. No, girl, we're not doing that. So, I mean, I don't know. I made the mistake, like previously stated, in my last episode, I mentioned how one of my friends, who I'm no longer friends with this girl, but she started as clothing manager, and she in my opinion was a lot better at that than being HR, which those are just two, obviously one, the simple name disparity, but it's just two very different positions. And I don't think she should have been switched over. She had too many things going on. She constantly got complaints from other employees, not me or anything, but she constantly got complaints from other employees. And now you're turning her into the person that they go to complain about. I feel like that was a wrong lateral movement on my store director, but she also had no one else. Not even to be rude, but she literally had no one else, and she didn't want to hire outside the store, let alone outside the company. So I see where she's coming from in that aspect. She was not trying to hire externally at all. But also, like, that was a really bad lateral movement, and it still is to this day. She got switched over in like 2023, and let's just say I went to go see my old manager at that store. I did not go in that store because it's haunted. Like, it's clearly built on like a plantation. Like, shit, there was just too much shit happening at that store for me to want to go in it again. But I was like in the area, like having breakfast with some people, and I called my old manager and I'm like, hey, are you at work? And she's like, I am about to leave. And I was like, okay, I'm in the parking lot. Come out here and talk to me. And we talked for like 30 minutes because, no, that's my girl. Like, she was my girl when I worked there, but she's really my girl now because now we're peers and now I understand her on a different level. But she was just telling me all this stuff. Mind you, I came over there to speak to her, to tell her how I'm doing, really. Like, I was like, I actually just kind of want to talk about me because I know that you miss me. Because she texted me. But I'm like, I know you miss me, girl. Like, I want to talk about the two of us. But, you know, of course, some tea was spilled, some tea was had. She recently told me that the girl is still doing a shitty job. Especially now that my best friend doesn't work there and hasn't worked there in almost a year. She's really struggling bad now. So, and like, it's coming to fruition because she was able to, like, how do I phrase this? Like, not like rest on what he had did for the whole year. Like, kind of like that. She was like able to like basically like act like she was good for the rest of the year because he like quit in August. So September, October, November, December, she's kind of coasting by. But now that it's a new year, she has a new like person in his position. Yeah, no, she is not doing her job well. People still don't like her. People are still complaining about her because she's not a good person. But beyond that, having a falling out with HR or with someone who was in an HR position and how do I phrase this? Well, I can't even say like she went and kept it professional because she didn't. She was still a bitch to me. Like I said in my last episode, I would go in there and say hi. Not like, yeah. Literally, I got promoted and everyone was saying congratulations and she just kind of stood there silently. Like, it was literally like that. Like, it was insane. But yeah, biggest tip, biggest lesson is, babes, HR is never for you. It is here to protect the company from legalities. And it like sucks when you have HR who hates their job, because the stark difference between my current HR and my previous HR, oh my God. Like, I get it. Working retail, even though you're not like, I don't want to say they're not really working retail, but you know, they're HR for retail. Like, doing that is still, like, it may not be the funnest job ever. But, I mean, I complain about my job, but I still love it there. Like, ask any of my team members, ask my family, ask anyone who knows me. I love my job, and I can't even deny that. Like, I'd be stupid to try to be like, oh, I hate it there, because knowing damn well I fucking don't. So, I know that is a big thing, but let's just end it like that. They are not, like, for you. They'll never be for you. They're for the company. You, like, think, oh, this is my friend, like, they got my back. They don't. They're always going to have the company's back. And I get it. Like, this is their job. This is their livelihood. They need to pay their bills too. But, like, damn, girl, you could have given me a heads up, a little warning, a little something. But, like, okay, in addition to HR is there for the company, you know, maybe I shouldn't say this because I'm a manager now. But I don't use this to my advantage because I do my job, and I do my job well, and my team likes me. So that's all that matters. My team and other team members like me. So, well, let me be so for real. I really only talk to my team. I work in a very large department, so I'm like, I really only talk to them. Even though they work in different areas, I don't really talk to them because I really only know them. But the thing about HR, especially when you're just like, I don't want to call it like bottom level because that's rude, but like when you're just like, just an employee, like, you know, like there's like management, upper management, like there's just so many like chain of commands, especially at my store, because I'm a manager, but I also have a manager who has a manager in the store. Like, there's just so many like chain of commands, like, yeah. But the thing about managers and HR, I don't know if they had some sort of agreement at my previous store, but I feel like I said, HR is there to protect like the legalities of the company, but it also always felt like HR was also there for the employee. So I think the store I came from had been through like 4 or 5 HRs in like 4 years. I've been there since 2020, and I left in 2024. I think so. I think they have been through like 4 or 5 HRs. The first HR, the one that was there when I was hired, oh, that lady hated me bad. And like, I don't even know why. That bitch wanted to fire me so bad though. Mind you, I had great attendance. I showed up, I did my job, and I left. I did not go above and beyond because I had no intention of being promoted yet. This was like a 2023 thing. So I'm like, I literally did my job and left, but that lady hated me. And I know she's not listening, but I wish she was, so I could be like, girl, fuck you. But I would report like, there were like, I don't hate, but I feel like a lot of this was like racism that I was dealing with. Also, let me just start over. So I used to be a cashier, and there was a different manager that wasn't my own who did not like my manager, and she would take that out on us cashiers, on us like employees. And like, it was obvious that is what was happening, but no one ever cared. And I'm like, why am I getting treated badly because you don't like her? This has nothing to do with me. I still do my job. What does it matter? But like I said, I wasn't going above and beyond because I didn't care. Like, not that I didn't care. Like, I wanted to keep my job, obviously, but I didn't do enough to be like, I want to be promoted, of course, because I didn't want that at the time. But there was a different manager other than her who also like did not like my manager. But that lady, I ain't gonna do too much, and I don't want to call her racist because that's probably, hopefully, not the truth. But like, it always felt racially motivated. But let's just say she would stand in her department, like standing and talking with team members or other like managers. But if me and someone else who was also black were in our departments also working, like if we were slow, there was no one up there, I would be stocking like drinks or candy or whatever. I'd be doing something, and this other person would be sweeping, would be doing something. We would just be talking. We opened at 7. There was no one there. We're going to talk for a few minutes. Like, we're literally doing our job. We're not yelling. We're just talking. We're talking about, he also went to school. I think he went to Cal State Chico. I remember one time we were talking about school, like, because I went to Cal State Monterey Bay. We were literally talking about school, like, nothing important, nothing, like, bad or anything. Like, literally just talking about, like, us both going to Cal States. And she walked over and she's like, there's a lot of chit-chatting going on. And I was like, I mean, we're not doing anything wrong, though. I was like, yeah. And she's like, I don't know why you guys are talking so much. And I'm like, what do you mean right now? Like, we're stocking and sweeping. Like, what more do you want us to do? Like, what are you talking about? She's like, I'm just saying there's just a whole lot of chit chat over here. What? Girl, what are we talking about? Mind you, that same exact day is when she was standing near the front of the store, chit-chatting with 2 other people, not doing anything but talking. And don't get me wrong, I'm victim to that too. Like, I really am. But at that moment in time, we were both doing our jobs, and you're coming over to me like, girl, what the fuck? So I reported her to HR because I was like, hey, what was that about? I was like, I don't know why she's like singling the 2 of us out, but she was talking to so-and-so who are not black, who are the same race she is, and weren't like, she was okay with that. She was okay talking to them. But I'm like, we're talking at 7 a.m. There's nothing else going on, and we're actually doing our jobs, and it's a problem. HR literally was like, oh, well, you guys didn't need to be talking. What? I was like, are we not allowed to talk at work? I was like, are we just supposed to be like silent all day? And then she's like, I'm not saying that. And I was like, that is what you're saying. You're literally telling me that I shouldn't be talking to someone while doing my job when no one else is here. You want us to be silent, be robots all damn day. Oh, I hated that lady so bad. And she wanted to fire me because, like I said, I got hired in the peak of the pandemic. One of my coworkers potentially was exposed to COVID, like literally told her like, hey, my brother was at my house today and tested positive for COVID 2 hours after leaving. I don't want to come in. And she told my coworker, if you don't come in, you're getting written up. So I reported her to OSHA. And did. And let's just be honest, I'd do that shit again, because what was you going to do about it? You said that. I was like, oh, I called, and I made a post about it. I think on my Instagram and on TikTok. I'm pretty sure I did. But I do it again. Fuck you talking about? And I'm like, well, this is what she said, and this sounds like you, girl. And she put me in the office, and I was like, yeah, I said that. And she's like, I care about the company. And I was like, you're not acting like it. And I was like, you may care about the company, but you don't care about these employees. And she's like, well, why would you say that? Girl, fuck are we talking about right now? So, that is probably the reason she wanted that. That's probably the real reason she wanted to fire me. I really did nothing wrong. I came in on time. I came in, did my job, and left. I didn't even talk to people. Like, I did not really have friends. I literally clocked in and clocked out and collected my check, and that was it. But I did stir up problems with that lady. So her saying, well, you shouldn't be talking, literally adds up. But girl, fuck you. Hated that lady. Her ugly short ass. I do not. Oh my God. And I know she still works for the company. I don't know what store she works at. Oh, yes, I do. I do. Not important. But let's just say I don't go there no more. Excuse me, just hiccuped. I don't go there no more because I know she worked there. So, but yeah, fuck her. But on that note, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back because I'm pretty sure I'm about to get a case of the hiccups. Okay, I did have a case of the hiccups. That was crazy. Side note, I gave this tip to my friend and my cousin the other day. But if you have the hiccups and you want to get rid of them fast, whatever you're drinking or like grab a drink and like you have to drink it like super fast 10 times. I swear you're going to burp at the end, but I swear it works every time. And I learned that that tip from my grandmother. My grandmother's about to be 98. So let's just say I listen to that lady when she's talking because I feel like if you've lived 98 years, you got to know a little something. But there's a tip if you ever have the hiccups, because when I like talk too fast or eat too fast or like laugh while eating, I get them and I don't even complain about them no more because I can get rid of them real fast. Anyways, we're back. I know that I was talking about like HR is only sticking up for management and how I don't use that because I do my job and I do my job well and I'm not mean to my team members. But HR, like, one thing I've noticed is that some of them, parentheses, a lot, do in fact play favorites. You're probably like, girl, what do you mean by that? Well, remember in maybe episode 2, I was talking about how I was like the topic of a group chat. I made a post about, I got a screenshot from the group chat of them I got a screenshot from the group chat of them having a screenshot of me from whatever social media site talking shit about me. I made a TikTok video, posted, like green screen the screenshot in it, and I got pulled into HR. Despite like telling HR like, hey, there's like screenshotting my social media, however they're blocked, and like, hey, I've gotten wind that they take pictures of me at work. Hey, one of them said the N-word and is like, I think he was Mexican. But I'm like, one of them says the N-word and I've heard him. Like, I would tell HR all these things and nothing was ever handled. Like, nothing was ever, like, I don't know if they didn't care, but I'm going to just assume so. But nothing was ever taken care of. And I'm like, hey, like, I'm telling you all these things. Why are we not doing anything? So I eventually dropped it. The literal second that I posted about, like, them talking about me, it was an issue. Like I said previously, it was like, oh, it's because you said where you worked and had the person's name in it. And I'm like, why does that matter? There's plenty of stores. There's plenty of people with this name out there. Why does it matter? They're like, oh, well, it got a lot of traction. And it did, which deserved, because why are you talking shit about me at work? What the fuck are we doing? But I'm like, I don't understand why that matters when they talked about me. I'm like, I was like, in that video, it shows that I have literal proof of them talking about me. And she's like, I get it, but, and I was like, no, there is no but. Why are you taking up for them? And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I realized it's because that bitch went in there crying. And I was like, oh, that's what you gotta do? I don't know what it is, but one, I know it's because I'm black. Like, not even is it because I'm black? Like fucking Gina from Beauty Shop, but it's not even like that. People already see black women as being aggressive, even if you're not. One thing my manager pointed out, like, not this current manager, the manager I had when I was still a team member, one thing my manager would point out was, oh, people think you have an attitude because you talk at the same tone. And I was like, oh, they're bad. I was like, I'm literally smiling at somebody. I'm so sorry. And then she's like, you're also kind of nonchalant. And I was like, I'll give you that. I was like, this is a job though. Like, this is work. What do I need to show like all of my feelings for? This is the workplace. And she'd be like, no, I get what you're saying. My manager was also black. So she was like, I get what you're saying, but people are saying that. And I was like, well, let them talk. I'm like, I come in here, I do my job, and I leave. I was like, I do more than my job. I like help people out, considering I was trying to get promoted at the time. But I'm like, I do what I do. They can get upset if they want. And I think that's what the issue was. I went to HR, not bitching, not complaining. I was like, dude, like, this is what's happening. And she's like, oh, we'll see. We'll get to the bottom of it. And I should have known when she said, oh, we'll see, because that bitch didn't see shit. But because I didn't go in there like the other girl, boohoo crying, that stupid waddling penguin bitch used to walk in there with a baby voice. Hey, this is what she posted, and I don't know why she posted the part and used my name. Like, she literally would use her baby voice, which that's how she would get them. And I'm like, oh, that's what it is. I tell you, hey, I'm being quite literally bullied. Like, they're bullying me, and you're like, damn, that's crazy. But the second she comes in here, hey, with her fuck ass baby voice, now it's something else. Also, then she's like, I'm being portrayed as a mean girl. Well, yeah, you're being a mean girl. Yeah. The fuck are we talking about? I don't know. HR, like, the second they know your tea, it's over for you. Like, I don't mean to say shit out of luck, but like, you're shit out of luck. They know something about you. Oh, boom, over with. Okay, side note, my drink of choice for this episode is a nice liquid IV. Mainly because, like I said, I am training for a marathon, and I'm going to go on a run in the morning, and I would like to be hydrated and not cramp up. So, I hope you guys all have your fun drinks while I'm drinking my liquid IV, because I need it. Pretty tasty, too. Also, use code PARTNERSHIPS20 for 20% off your first order. Anyways, shifting gears, I really want to talk about something. It like kind of relates, but like kind of not. Like it'll connect. When I first started working my job, well, not like at this store, but at my previous store, there were two things that got me. One, I got hired on the spot. And let's just say, a lot of times when you get hired on the spot, you're in for a wild ride. That means that 9 times out of 10, they're kind of desperate for people. And the store had just opened. They needed me. And here we are 5 years later. Cool, whatever. I mean, I can pay my bills a little bit better now. Yeah. Here we are. It hasn't been quite 5 years. It's literally like 4.5, because I was hired in November. So it's been 4.5 years now. One, I was hired on the spot. And two, the thing HR said to me really like has stuck with me, because boy, was it a fucking lie. Homegirl's like, we want to create a team culture that's like a family. Red flag number 2. Oh my God, hello? Y'all are liars. Also, family businesses, if you work for a family business that doesn't do this, kudos to you and your family, but most do. Family businesses be playing in your face. Bad. No, girl, go to hell. But they be like, oh, we're just like a big, wait. They be like, we're just one big happy family. No, you're not. You're about to use and abuse me, which a lot of families do be doing that to their family members, so maybe. But I don't get why corporations say that, because you don't mean that. You don't. And it's just like, one, they're going to call you family until you you start asking for help. You need time off? Yeah. you better hope for the best. I literally have time off requested right now. I literally have like pending time off requested. And I know my manager's gonna approve it. I just don't like the fact that it's pending. It literally is gonna pen until she makes that schedule. And I hate that for me because, girl, just approve it right now. It's literally for my birthday, so I know she's gonna give it to me off. And it's only 3 days, but like still, approve it. And I literally told HR, I was like, she can approve it or not, I won't be here. I'm telling her, like, I'm gonna use my sick time or my vacation time. I don't mind. I got enough of both. This is jokes though. I know she's gonna approve it. Like, I'm genuinely not worried, but I'm like, dang, it sits in there. And it like makes me think, like, at my other store, most of my like insane stories are from my previous store, if you haven't caught wind of that, or from like listener write-ins. I don't know what was going on there. But the store I work at now is like so calm. We literally have like one incident a month max. My other store had one incident an hour. Like, I have team members who've been there 16, 17, 18 years who don't have nearly as many stories as I did from 3.5. Like, it is actually crazy how many stories. Like, the crazies loved the store I used to work at. I don't know what was going on, but they loved it over there. But speaking of like requesting time off, I don't request time off as often as I used to, but it's because now that I'm a manager, I get every other weekend off. So obviously, like, the work week starts Sunday to Saturday. So I'll like work Sunday, work Monday, be off Tuesday, work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then be off Saturday, Sunday, and then work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, be off Thursday. So I'm usually only working like 3 or 4 days straight because my manager cares about my well-being, usually. So she like gives me, I have like rotating days off, but I also have, like I said, I have every other weekend off, which really like, that really helps. Like, I literally like plan my life around that, which like definitely works. But at my previous store, I only had Sundays and Tuesdays off. When I don't really mean like only, but I had Sundays and Tuesdays off. I didn't mind working Saturdays, but like Sundays, everybody would call off and everybody would be in there shopping. So it's like you don't have enough staff for the amount of people who are in the store. I hated working on Sundays. I was like, get me out of this. And my manager was like, oh, okay, I'll give you Sundays off. I don't mind. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put that in my availability, though. Like, I don't want this to change. And if I work on a Sunday, it needs to be on my terms. And I was like, not to start making rules or anything, but, like, I'm giving you guys an inch, and I know you're going to take a mile. So, no. But I remember, like, putting in my, like, availability. Also, I'm shifting gears so bad. But y'all love it over here. I'm doing the heart with my hand right now. Anyways, I put in my availability to have Sundays off, but I was literally open the rest of the week. Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was like, you guys schedule me out whatever time. I don't care. I'm not working Sundays. And then usually they would give me Tuesdays just because I had Tuesdays off previously. So it worked for like what we were doing. Like, it literally worked for them to give me Tuesdays off because we were doing that previously and everybody had their set schedules. I remember HR, who was my friend, did not want my manager to approve me having Sundays off. She was like, why does she need Sundays off? My manager's like, why do you care so much? Why does she need to be here every Sunday? And then she's like, because I have to be here on Sundays. Mind you, like I said, I'm a manager. I get every other weekend off. That goes for all managers of the company. We get every other weekend off, except like, let's say your weekend off falls on like the weekend of Black Friday. You're going to work, which I get it. Let's say Christmas falls on a Monday and your weekend off is supposed to be the weekend before. You're going to work. And I get it. I'm here. I get that. But that's only 2 weeks or 2 weekends out of the year where you're like, ugh. And usually they'll schedule you 2 back-to-back days off. So it like, you'll still have your like 2 back-to-back days off. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'll let it go. But like I said, she would get every other weekend off and she was mad I wanted Sundays off. Huh? And my manager was like, what is her issue with you? And I was like, girl, I don't know. That bitch hate me. Like, that's gotta be what it is. Like, I can't give you literally any other reason other than she has to just, like, hate me. So she didn't want me to have my Sundays. She also didn't want me to have my time off. I would request, like, One, I didn't like use my vacation time. I don't know why. I was kind of insane. I'm like ready to use it now, and I hardly ever request time off because my weekends really do help. Like I feel great after my weekends. But I remember I went to Chicago for like 4 days. So I requested like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. But the week before, I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So I was like, I'll work Sunday, fine. So you guys can't say anything. And then I was like, and the next week I worked Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I was like, I'm literally still working 5 days, both weeks. I just have different days off this time. She was like, why do you always need time off? Why do you need Having HR as a friend literally backfired in my face so bad. And it sucks because, wow, you would think, I have HR on my side. Life should be a lot better. It never fucking was. That girl is a walking red flag. But anyways, I digress on that. Being told, like, in retail, being told, oh, we're one big happy family, they're lying. They don't care about you. They don't. And, like, I'm not saying I wish they would just tell me that straight up, but I wish they wouldn't lie. Like, that's my thing. Like, don't lie to me. And let's say you need time off for, like, mental health or, like, emergencies or, like, grief. Oh, you're shit out of luck. Literally, not to her business out like that, but my manager texted me and said she had a friend pass away. She, like, we work together. Our weekends are the same, which, thank God, because her peer do not like me, and yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that, because that lady don't like me, and I don't know what I did to her, but she don't like me. So I'm really glad I get to work with my manager during the weekends. But she texted me and was like, so we worked together Saturday and Sunday. She was like a mid, but I closed. And Monday we both were supposed to work, and Tuesday we were off. But she texted me Monday morning and she's like, hey, I'm so sorry I'm not going to be there, but like my friend passed yesterday. You know, I just need to say something, whatever. And I was like, oh my God, girl, please do not be sorry. Please do not come in here. I was like, I'm in here. I was like, oop, hold on. Y'all, my bad. My phone like connected to the microphone, but like I have the microphone connected with like I don't know what was going on. Auntie don't know how to work this technology. That's why I ain't started recording, because Auntie don't know how to work this technology. Anyways, pookies. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my manager texted me and was like, wow, listening to this is going to be so crazy, because it's like, girl, why you didn't just pause it? I wanted you guys to hear me in real time. Like, I want you guys to know what I'm going through for real. Anyways, I was like, oh, girl, like, it's fine. Please do not be sorry. Like, I'm really sorry for your loss. Like, I will be fine for 8 hours. And if I'm not, so what? I'm like, girl, I'm not worried about you not being here. All of our shifts aren't together. So there are times where I will be leaving and then she'll come in, or like, literally, like, I close every other Wednesday and she closes every other Monday. So there's time where like I'm closing, she open, she's leaving when I'm coming in, and I'm leaving when she's coming in. Like, girl, it's fine. I'm not tripping. You could have told me you didn't want to come in. I'd been like, girl, enjoy your day off. I don't care. Like, I love that for you. Take some time for you. But apparently she texted our story and was like, I'm going to bleep that out. Apparently she texted her manager and was like, and told him the same thing, presumably, probably like a little bit more professional, because I don't care, like, we be talking like this, like, I don't care that much, but presumably a little more professional, and he didn't even, like, say much back, and I'm like, bro, what? Mind you, my manager's in her 30s. Losing a friend in your 30s, one, obviously, like, very hard to lose a friend at any time, but, like, you had a friend pass who is presumably also in their 30s. That's so young. I don't know. He can be yeah. Anyways, we're not even gonna dive into him. But like, they be lying. You're not their family. They do not care about you for real. Like, literally, she was sick. She be sick all the time though, low key. She's like typhoid Mary. I gotta wrap her in bubble wrap. Anyways, she be sick and she be like looking sick. Like, she is like pale. You can hear it in her voice. She be sick sometimes. And he like still like yells at her, expects her to do this, that, and the third. My God, these companies do not care about y'all. And I hope y'all are like me and be like, y'all can lose another manager. Y'all can lose another employee. I don't care. You'll go find a job. Honestly, maybe not right now in this economy. I would not quit without having another job. But I could also just go look for one because I'm not looking for another job right now. I'll go look for one and quit. Bye. Bye, Pookies. Anyways, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to chug my liquid IV, my strawberry flavor. Use code PARTNERSHIP20 for 20% off your first order. And yeah, we'll be back. We're back. Liquid IV has been chugged. Hopefully I actually get up and run tomorrow. But if I don't, I mean, still #hydrated. Again, use code PARTNERSHIPS20 for 20% off your first order. Anyways, shifting gears just a tad bit. I just went and checked my schedule. The fuck am I scheduled 8 days straight for? Huh? Like, when they said, oh, we're family, they didn't mean that shit. And don't get me wrong, I knew that. I'm not talking like I didn't. But also, why the fuck am I scheduled 8 days straight? Wednesday to Wednesday? I'm scheduled Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What? And the thing is, I know my manager didn't do that. This literally happens all the time. Like, this will happen all the freaking time where I'm like, why do you have me schedule 8 days? And every time it happens, I do always get annoyed because why does this keep happening? Why is this a pattern? But my manager's always like, I didn't do that. And I'm like, I get that. I'm here, but why does it keep happening? I'm not getting my answers on why this keeps happening. I'm not, like, either you guys give me the day off or I'm giving myself the day off. Either works the fuck for me. But I will not be working 8 days straight. Are we fucking kidding me right now? What are we doing? Mind you, I had like rotating days off. So if I did not work the weekend, like the previous weekend, I'm off on Thursday so I can work the next weekend. And if I did work the previous weekend, I'm off on Tuesday and I'll be off the next weekend. Now I'm going back to just Tuesdays because my peer quit. So it's just me and my manager, and that is not enough. We need 2 more people, but we only gonna have 1, to be honest. But yeah, I just need to be there when she's not, which is fine. I don't mind that. But fuck are we doing right now? I agreed to go back to just being off on Tuesdays. Like, I'm gonna have to work 6 days straight, but like so do most people in the store. So I'm like, I'm not gonna complain too much. I'll let it go. I liked my rotation, but like, I also like coming into my areas looking nice. So I'm like, you gotta kind of pick and choose your battles. Plus, working 8 to 4 really ain't that bad. It's when they start scheduling me closing. That's when I'm like, oh, actually, get me out of here. But again, I thought we were family. Why do y'all have me working 8 days straight? I feel like that should be illegal. And I know they're going to be like, well, it's technically okay because it's not all in the same week. So it's Wednesday to Wednesday, but the work week starts Sunday. So I'm not working the 7 days straight plus another day. No, but also, I'm going to call off if they don't fix it. Let's just say that. And I'm a girl, like, I called off literally, I think 2 times last year. I will call off. I never cared. To be honest, I never fucking cared. So I really hope they fix that, because if not, I'm just going to fix it myself. Like, okay. Child, because why? I just recheck my schedule because, like, I be forgetting sometimes. Remember, you know how I love to be like, I'm fucking loyal to my goddamn 8 to 4. Why am I working 9 to 5? And do I realize it's only an hour difference? Yes. Am I still annoyed by it? Yes. And, like, don't get me wrong, working 9 to 5 still works for me. I can still go to the gym in the morning. I'll just go, like, an hour later. But, like, what are we changing stuff up for? I come in on time every day. I'm never late. 8 to 4 works for me. Why am I getting punished? What is this 9 to 5 madness? And then one day, 3:30 to 11:30. And don't get me wrong, me and all of my peers in that store do have to work one closing shift every other week. Do I complain about it? every time it comes up, yes. But do I also say I get the most done? Also, yes, because none of like the managers are there. So I guess literally I was able to get so much done. My last one, it was like this past Wednesday, because I closed Wednesdays, because I literally was like, it needs to either be a Monday or a Wednesday, because I'm movie theater girly. I'm an AMC girl down. American multi-cinema. AMC hates to see me coming, because I be up in there like 2 or 3 times a week. I cannot be closing every other Thursday, because that's when movies come out. Like, no. They be having like quote unquote fan events on the Thursdays before movies. I can't, no. That's going to interfere with my life a little too much, and I feel like work should not be interfering with your personal life that much. I'm not doing that. Nonetheless, though, I will be getting my schedule changed. I know my manager. She's literally going to do like, fix it real quick. It's not going to be that big of a deal. I'm just annoyed because why does it keep happening? And now, all of a fucking sudden, we're doing this whole, like, we used to have our schedule be 2 weeks out. Now we're doing 3. I hate that. And they're, like, preaching. They're preaching. All the like, upper management is, like, preaching. It's going to be so much easier for you guys to plan stuff. How? My other show used to do this stupid shit where we would do the schedule 3 weeks in advance. I'm in my early 20s. Not anymore. I'm in my mid-20s now. I'm in my early 20s, though. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing literally in 3 hours when I clock out. I definitely don't know what I'm doing in 3 weeks. And now you guys want me to request time? No. Only thing I know that I'm doing for sure is having a birthday. That is the only time. And I may be going to Cowboy Carter on May 4th, but I'm also going on July 25th in Las Vegas. Those are the 2 things that I know that I'm doing. Those are the only 2 things that I have time off for. Oh, I'm also getting Invisalign. Oh no, I'm going to have a lisp. Anyways, I'm also getting Invisalign, so I requested the day off for that. But I requested that day, like, I don't know, like a day ago. I think yesterday, whatever that was. I don't really know what I'd be doing for real unless I'm, like, buying things because I had to pay for my Invisalign. Unless I'm buying things. I don't know when my homegirls going to hang out. What are we doing right now? So, I'm actually quite upset. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, this should be fun. I don't know. I feel like they're making too many changes at once, and they're like, oh, I hope you guys are okay with it. Like, this is just what's happening. No, I feel like we need to introduce these things, like, one at a time. You got people who I work with who've been there longer than I've been alive. Like, you got people who have been, like, what are we talking about? Literally, someone that I know, one of my peers is approaching their 26th anniversary. I'm not even 25 yet. And I know that, like, in the grand scheme of things, 25, 26 isn't old, but, like, to work at the same company is kind of a long time. And now we're just introducing all these new things. Imagine how they feel. Because if I hate it, I know they gotta hate it. I don't know. I'm just... Clearly this is their world and I'm just living in it. I don't know. And another thing. No, this is not another thing. But remember I was saying how, like, you can't trust HR? You know who you can trust? District managers. You can trust them. They get shit done. We got a new district somebody. That lady got hired, came in, and fired somebody like 4 weeks later. Because that lady the person she fired was not doing their job. And I'm like, and you know what? Period. I really hope you guys hear my nails clacking, because clock it. That's like, yeah, actually, you tell them anything, they're on it. Like white on rice. Like, oh, ain't nothing happening. Please, I lied. I did in fact launch a complaint about someone from my previous store with district. I don't know how that went, but not my business. I didn't care that much because I was just like, you know what, yeah. Because that girl told me she didn't want to file, because okay, story time. I had a tonsillectomy in February of 2024. Instead of just giving me disability paperwork, HR, who was my friend, was like, oh, it's okay, just use your sick hours. And I was like, okay, fine. I had like 80. And at the time, 80 was like the cutoff. Like, that's all you could have. That's all you could accrue. They changed it now to where it's like 160, 120. I don't know how much it is, but I hardly use them because I don't call out. And they're a lot easier to accrue than vacation. Because, you got to, in order to use your sick hours, you either, like, need to have a doctor's appointment, like, leave early for a doctor's appointment, leave early because you're sick, like, something of that nature. And they changed the rules even further, where you can only use up to 60, I think, in the fiscal year, which starts in February. So, okay, cool. She's like, oh, it's fine. Just use your sick hours. I don't want to do, like, the disability paperwork because I was going to be gone for 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, fine. Like, I have the sick hours. It wasn't even a full 40, so I didn't use all 80. I still had like some left over, not a whole lot, but like 10 maybe a little less than 10, whatever. So I was like, okay, sure. Get to my new store, and then they enforced that you can't use more than 60 in the calendar year. Get to my new store, and then their HR's like, yeah, no. And I was like, okay, well, so and so from my previous store told me it was fine, that it wouldn't count because I had surgery. And she's like, I don't know why she told you that. She lied. And I was like, so if I get sick all year, like, I got hired over there in July. I was like, if I get sick for the rest of the year, I can't use my sick hours. And so she's like, I can ask Brandy if I would complain or whatever. And I was like, go ahead and do that, because that bitch pissed me off. So yeah. So yeah. You call district, they're actually on they shit, and I'm not mad about it. Especially now, like, I feel like district has a bunch of women now, and a bunch of women who look like me. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, they're getting shit done for real, and I, like, really commend them on that. Also, they be in our store sometimes, and they, like, actually, like, speak and say hello, and, like, know me by name, and I'm like, oh my god, hey girl, what are we talking about? What do you mean, how are you? How's it been? What have you been doing? Like, what are you we're having a full conversation. One of them asked me about Cowboy Carter, and I was like, hello? Girl, hell yeah, I'm going. What are we talking about? You know I am. Look at me. Yeah. So, and whenever I have problems, which is rare, I don't really have problems at the store for real. I had one problem, and she quit on the spot. So, yeah. That girl had me, I was getting investigated because of that girl, which sounds crazy, but nonetheless, she called, how do I phrase this in non-workplace terms? Okay, got my thoughts together. She made an anonymous call to, I don't even know who I would say, about me. She made this whole statement, which I have somewhere. I, like, wrote it down as I was being investigated. But I got an email, and in the email it was like, hey, it basically said, hey, you're being investigated because someone made an anonymous call about you. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, who would have done that? In it, she was like, oh, she said that I made her feel dumb with her skills in the area. I always tell people what they're doing wrong, and I don't give feedback in a constructive way, and I use the threat of a write-up. I'm bossy, which, using the threat of a write-up, I told her about her attendance. Like, I was like, hey, like, we need to have a conversation about your attendance. Like, this is a documented conversation. Like, we were talking about it. And I was like, the more you call out, the more you don't show up to your shifts, like, the later you come in, like, it could lead to a write-up. Which is literally what I said, which is verbatim of what I'm supposed to say. Also, bossy, I'm literally a manager. What do you want from me? She said that people were sick of me and the way I am. I'm very rude and discriminatory. Mind you, she was palm-colored. Yeah. And she said I favor others, which I'll let her have that one. Yeah. And she said if I don't like you, I make you feel uncomfortable with negativity, and I'll make sure you know it. And I like to gossip. I'm not going to gossip about work. That's crazy. Anyways, yeah. I want to say I can't believe that happened, but I definitely can. Anyways, that was another tangent. I love shifting gears because I am a true yapper. Anywho, I've learned that if you need anything, district is that girl. Like, I feel bad for, like, people who don't have that experience, but I'm grateful that I do. So, Yeah, I mean, the investigation went nowhere. Low key, like, being investigated is kind of like being ghosted. Like, investigation in retail is ghosting in the real world. That's how you compare. Because they're like, nothing really happened. And I'm glad, like, I was on the investigated side, not the one who wanted the investigation done. Because, like, okay, nothing happened. One, because they were false pretenses, but still, like, not nonetheless, I'm like, nothing happened. But also, like, girl, what the fuck was going on? But to be on, like, the other end of that, yeah, that probably sucked for her, because that I didn't get fired. That's probably what she wanted. But fuck her. She randomly quit on, like, she literally worked for like maybe 2 hours and quit in the middle of her shift. So another one bites the dust, but that's how it be. And with that, we are gonna read a story. I want to say really quick, but I'm a yapper who will talk about anything. But we're gonna read a story, have some drinks, laugh about it, kiki about it. But we'll be right back, mainly so I can pull up the email. And we're back. Okay, this story is from Carla. She worked I do this every week. Every week, I'm 3 seconds from saying where someone works, and I am not trying to get sued. So I don't, yeah, I be wanting to know where y'all work, but I also, like, I want to read these stories, like, live. I want this to be my live reaction, so I never read them beforehand. But I just be forgetting. Maybe you guys could start putting, like, where you work in the subject line, so I'm not like, hey, I work out. Oh, because then I gotta be like, I work at Redacted, please. Anyways, side note, do you guys know that lady on TikTok? She go by Miss Redacted. She's a teacher. Well, she was a teacher, and then she has a corporate job. Apparently, she hates the corporate job, though. But she's a white lady. I don't really know much about her, but she goes by Miss Redacted because she doesn't want her students to find her. So she literally has Miss Redacted on everything. Random, but, like, it ties in. Anyways, Carla works at a store, and we'll just keep it at that. Presumably, she has, like, a return story. She goes, hi, Kayla. I also have an insane return story for you. And I'm assuming she said also because she listened to the episode about the lady trying to return an empty packet of chicken. So, yeah. Thanks, girl. Thanks for the relatability. I ate that up. Okay, so she starts with, okay, so boom, I'm on a register, I'm kind of just vibing, we were quite slow, and I wasn't doing much but sipping on my iced coffee, that was mostly water than anything else. You guys are allowed to have iced coffee? They'd be like, about to beat our asses if we have water on anything, anywhere that's not in the break room. But this lady walks in, she's kind of stomping in with a giant tote bag and sunglasses on. I already know she's about to be on that bullshit. She kind of drops her bag on the counter, and she goes, hi, I need to return these. I open the bag, and it's a pair of shoes. Not new, though. Not even gently worn. These shoes look like they've survived a natural disaster and a concert. Oh, it's giving she wore these shoes to Rolling Loud, to a festival, to Coachella. They're scuffed, they're bent, and they even have gum on the bottom, and there's a sock in one of them. Oh. I'm like, okay, trying to keep it together. I checked the receipt. Why was the date from 9 months ago? Bitch. And it's not even, and the receipt isn't even for the shoes. It's for a scarf. I hit her with unfortunately, we can't return items after 30 days, and these aren't in the same condition as they were bought, and this isn't from the receipt. And she goes, okay, I need to speak to your manager. Of course you do. My manager comes over already looking like he wants already looking like he wants to disappear because we've both dealt with her before. She starts going off, I shop here all the time, this is discrimination, she has an attitude. Me, who's standing there doing nothing. Manager gives her store credit just to leave. She walks away all smug, picks out some clearance sweater, comes back like 10 minutes later and goes, actually, I don't want this either. Can I return it? Wait, like, do you mean she picked... So I'm assuming picks out some clearance sweater, meaning like she got it from the floor and then try to return it. Girl, actually, I don't want this either. Can I return it? I just smiled and looked her dead in the eye and said, oh, it's final sale. She stared at me like I insulted her. Girl. Oh my God. She ends it with, damn, I should have just called out that day. Girl. Free you. I really hope you're out the trenches. I fucking hate, to any of my peers, my coworkers, whoever who watch, because Auntie has not been on her recording. Yeah, I have not. I ain't been on my game. Anyways, to anyone who listens to this that I work with, just know I am never going to be that manager. I actually became a manager to be able to tell people no. Because your entitled ass cannot walk up in here and be disrespectful and try to get the things you want. No, your manager giving her store credit, he needs to be dealt with in the parking lot, to be quite frank. Nonetheless, what are you talking about? What do you buy a sock in one? I want to be like a dirty sock, but like obviously, Kayla, it was not clean. The shoes were dirty. The shoes look like they've been through I know the shoes looked like they were at Rolling Loud 2024. Saying that because that's where I was. I went to Rolling Loud 2024. You know what? I'm mad. I want to be like, you know what? Hell yeah. But not hell yeah, because why did she get her way? I hate managers who do that. Why do you cower like that? Because you want them gone. They're going to keep coming back. I literally wish people knew that. Like, you being like, oh, I just did it to make her leave. She's going to come back and terrorize us again. Why does it matter if she leaves right now? She's going to come back tomorrow. Girl, I hope you leave them trenches. Like, no, I hate that so bad for you. I literally would never do that to any of my team. Like, obviously there are times when, like, the team is wrong. There are times when employees are wrong. And I can admit that as an employee who has been wrong. But, like, giving people what they want literally is going to keep happening. You're going to keep talking. I mean, you're going to keep this person coming back. Like, for instance, actually, I don't think I can tell that story because I feel like I'm going to slip up. So we won't even get into that. But I do feel you. I really do. Because, girl, what the fuck? I don't know what gender your manager is. But, like, oh, what the fuck, bro? What are we doing right now? But nonetheless, I do love you hit her with the, unfortunately, we can't return items after 30 days. That is my favorite line. Because the system is actually not even going to take it. And I'll even, like, do it. Like, I'll do it on the system and be like, and, like, fake try, which, like, I know it ain't taking it. I'll do it and be like, and turn the computer to them and be like, unfortunately, we can't take return items after 30 days. And, or when, like, obviously, like, the receipt wasn't for the item. So when you're like, oh, it says this item isn't on this receipt. Did you want to try a card? Like, actually, I have the right to be like, I'm not returning these. These are fucking disgusting. Obviously not like that. But, you know, this shit is nasty, girl. There's gum on one. There's a sock in one. Bitch, you want your sock back? Is what you should have said. You want your damn sock back? Anyway, clearly not, though. But, because you're nasty. Anyways, you should have been, to your manager, you should have been like, and trust, you will be dealt with in the parking lot by my homies. Anyways, Carla, girl, I'm so sorry. You deserve better. I hope you're out of the trenches. Anyways, that is insane. But by the time you all listen to this, I will have seen Miss Beyonce and most importantly, Miss Blue Ivy in concert, because this is going to drop May 6th and I will be seeing her on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. So please head over to my personal account at Simply Kayla with 2 S's, simply.Kayla with 2 S's and 2 Y's to check out the content I will be making at Cowboy Carter. A little teaser. I hope you all have a great and amazing day, a great week, a better week than me because I'm scheduled to work 8 days straight. And don't forget to send in your stories to theshiftshowpod@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. And most importantly, leave a comment and answer the polls because I think they're hilarious. And I also want you guys' opinions. But with all that being said, I hope you all have a great week. And we will catch you next week. Bye.